So guys, this Friday another bet incoming. Hey guys, this is Frostbite and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. So for today we're going to talk about for a really juicy news. Juicy for someone, but most of you not so much, I'm guessing. But they're planning this Friday, September 12th, to launch two events simultaneously. The first event is they are going to launch 2x chance event for summoning epics and legendaries from Primal Shards, which is really bad because we don't want legendaries from Primal Shards, we only want mythicals, and that is the only purpose for these shards, guys. So I highly advise you, do not put these shards, save them for an upcoming event when at least they are doubling the chance of getting mythicals. The legendaries and the epics you can always get from the other shards, from the sacreds, from the voids, from the ancients, even from prism shards. So guys, that is my opinion. I highly advise, do not pull this Friday, at least not prism shards. Okay, next news on the list are some pretty interesting boosted summon champions. So they are also planning to launch progressive chance event, giving you at least 15 chance to summon the champions of your choice from the selected pool, ancients, primal, sacreds and void shards. So let's see what champions are they. For the epics, the only one I can mention that is kinda good is this guy right here. Wait up! If you ever wanted to start Raid the right way, this is it. Click on my link in the description right now to get Elenaril for free and 3 more insane epics as you level up. Here's exactly what you need to do. Log out of Prayer on Prey on your PC and uninstall it. Click on my link below and sign up with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Open your inbox and boom! Your first champion is waiting! You'll get Elenaril right away and then unlock Vergis, Tagoar and Deacon Armstrong as you level up. Plus, use promo code DESERTQUEEN for a void legendary Tuhanarak. That's 5 champions to carry your account, so smash that link and let's dominate this game together! Like to that. But most likely you have him. If you don't have him, you can try to pull for him. He's a great healer. He puts perfect veil on every champion, so he's pretty good in the Hydra clan boss. And he has a revive. Not that good a revive, but it is what it is, right? So for the legendaries, first one is a good support champion, Duchess Lilith. We all know her, great for arena, great for content everywhere. In Hydra, in Chimera, in Doom Tower, you can always use her. She has a great passive, decreases the damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks by 25%, or from bosses it's 15%. So great champion. I use her in my Hydra team, I use her in my Doom Tower clearing team. He has a great AoE revive that puts veil on all of the champions and continuous heal buff. And he has a block debuff and an increased attack with a perfect veil again on all champions except her. So OG champion, but still a great champion. You can build her fast, tanky, maybe with protection gear, maybe with stone skin gear, and that's it. Next on the list, again an interesting champion, Firo. I actually use Firo in Hydra, in Chimera in the past. Just like Duchess, he puts perfect veil on everyone, but his bread and butter is in his passive. If an ally under 2 or more buffs, increase their resistance by 50%. If 3 buffs, accuracy by 50%, not percent but 50 points. Under 4 buffs or more, also increase their damage dealt by 20%. So it synergizes great with protection set, with a 9-piece protection set, because that set as well as this passive increases the damage whenever you have more buffs. And by the way, you can put some accuracy on him. For sure put some accuracy on him for these debuffs. Decrease the accuracy and block debuff on all enemies. Oh, if the target is a boss, he will ignore 20% of the target's resistance. That's on his A1. On his A1 he has a decreased speed, so maybe Iron Twins, maybe other bosses, right? Again, amazing champion. Next on the list is this guy right here that I don't have. Overall score, it's pretty good. Hydra Chimera Faction Wars, right? All of these champions are great in the hard faction wars, so you can use them there as well. So attack one enemy 2 times, each hit has a 30%, 35% books out to 50% chance of placing a freeze. So if the target has a 50% or less, this debuff cannot be resisted. So kinda maybe in hard mode Fahrenheit, but let's take a look at his other skills, right? So increase attack on all allies, and a perfect veil buff on all allies. Then fuse the Terminator by 15%. So you need to book him to get the 100% chance to placing a perfect veil on all allies. So again, a perfect veil champion, yeah, kinda good, but a reviver. So Sylvan Watchers, I don't think they have good revivers. Maybe Elvo is the most used here, but this guy has AoE revive on all dead allies, so it's better revive, right? Also places increase accuracy with an increased defense on all allies by 3 turns, guys, and it books out to 4 turn cooldown. These buffs will be placed even if no allies were revived. So that skill is actually pretty tricky because on his automatic runs, he will use this skill no matter there is a dead ally or all of them are alive. So these type of champions are kinda bad in this small, not so small thing, but you can always manual the fight, so you can use that guy as well. If no allies were revived by this skill, grants these champions an extra turn. So actually Plarium did think of this mechanic pretty good. Yeah, not so bad. Let's take a look at his passive. Allies under perfect veil buff placed by these champions deal 10% more damage. So allies under a perfect veil buff placed by these champions deals an additional 10% to enemies under a veil buff. Okay, so a perfect candidate again with the protection set. He does really amazing buffs. So 2 here and 2 here. Yeah, accuracy, don't build accuracy on him only for this freeze. It's not that important. And has ally speed in all battles. 90% is not that good, but it is what it is, right? Next champion is this guy or girl, I don't know. Pretty cool looking champion. So let's take a look. Probably another perfect veil, right? Yeah. Oh, and a reviver. A dead ally with 75% HP and a 75% turn meter. So pretty good single target revive. And his passive. At the start of this champion's turn has a 40% chance to remove any block buffs each enemy. Block debuffs, excuse me. So he will remove, yeah, he flips the, he has a 40% chance to flip these debuffs to their counterparts. So why not? Pretty interesting, right? Oh, is this guy a damage dealer? No. Removes all buffs from the target. Okay, the ally with the highest, oh, so a single target ally attack, and he will ignore 30% of the target's defense. So not so bad, because if the enemy is killed by the ally joining this attack activates an instant turn effect on that ally, so the damage dealing ally will instantly get another turn, so he will do again a damage. But this skill in the PvE, in the dungeons, I don't think is pretty much going to be usable, because when you kill bosses, right, you kill the boss and the run ends. So this is most likely a PvP ability for the arena. So yeah, if you get this champion, use him if you like, but it's not that big of a deal if you skip that. So next champion is a free champion that most likely you have, and I don't think, yeah, here it is, Loki. He is from the last year's event. I don't really can remember how the name of the event was, but we did get, this was the 7-day login champion, so pretty okay ratings. I'm not going to talk about his skills. I still did not build him at all because I really don't need him. He has kind of funky passive ability, but not so great either. He can negate some of the damage, right? in the arena, sometimes when this procs over and over, he's kinda annoying to kill, but eventually he will die. So, not going to talk about him at all. So, from the Voids, we got a champion that I think they recently buffed. She has amazingly bad ratings, right? But one of the best visuals of a champion rate ever came up. All this twitching stuff and the heart beating in her chest is actually amazing. Champion that has two passives. She hits like a truck, by the way. She is part of some strategies, if I can remember, killing some bosses, even some event bosses, I think. But she needs to die and then to be revived. I'm not going to talk of her kit that much because the video is getting pretty long, but if I had the opportunity, if I had unlimited shards, I will try to get her, but I don't have this type of shards, right? So it's not that of important of champion, I think. So next champion from the Void Shards, let's see, I think it is Skinwalker? No. Oh, it's a Lizardman. Yep, Fidey. Yeah, Fidey is a good champion, guys. Hydra, Chimera, Faction Wars, all 5 ratings. Iron Twin Fortress, 5 rating, 4.9. So let's take a look at his kit. He's pretty good speed, right, for a support champion. On his A1, attack one enemy 2 times, each hit heals an ally. All allies by 5% of this champion's max HP, so he has good base HP, and each hit also has a 75% chance, books out to 100% chance to fill the turn meter of the ally with the lowest turn meter by 10%. Yeah, actually pretty good A1, guys. On his A2, attacks all enemies before attacking, removes all buffs from all enemies, so a buff strip, then has a 100% chance after booking of placing a block buffs and a decreased speed on all allies. Also fills the turn meter of all allies by 15%. Damage based on HP, that is not important. You will not build this guy for damage at all. But this is a great Hydra, great Chimera ability. On these clan bosses you need block buffs and decreased speed almost always. It books out to a 3 turn cooldown, pretty heavy on the books by the way, but it's a good ability, yes. And now his money ability, he buffs all his allies with increased resistance and a perfect veil, yeah, for 2 turns, and decreases the cooldown of all ally active skills except these champions by 3 turns. So he is like Yumiko, right? The cooldown of the skill cannot be decreased or reset. Of this skill cannot be decreased or reset. So 4 turn cooldown. Yumiko is I think is a 5 turn. I don't quite remember. Let me just check really quick. Yeah, she's 5, but she, you know, has the other effect, decreasing the enemy's cooldown as well. So she's more of a PvP champion, but this guy is oriented most of the time. Yeah, he is a PvP champion actually, but I think most of the time you can use him in PvE content. And his passive ability, turn meter few effects on allies under stun, so all the hard CC debuffs are 30% more effective. Whenever a sheep debuff is removed or expires on an ally, heals that ally, so good 25% more HP on the ally and increased speed if there are multiple. Okay, so pretty good champion. If you have the opportunity to get this champion, you will not regret pulling your shards at all. So, and for the last champion, oh my god, it's a 20-minute video, so we got none other than the event boss guy, Shredder. We all know him, we all love to hate him maybe. He has kinda not so good ratings, by the way. I didn't go pretty deep in his skills, actually I don't have that much knowledge of what he does, but he kinda does good damage, right? You know what? If you have the shards, if you want this champion, try to get him, because after this event we will not get this chance to get Shredder, right? He is pretty unique champion, pretty unique abilities, so why not? Okay guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.